Okay, ready?
Visual voicemail, visual voicemail.
So the idea is that somebody will start a story from his own imagination, and then we have to follow this. I will pick up somebody to continue, okay, to complete. I may choose the same person twice or three times or 4 times, so everybody must be concentrating on the story, what's happening. Okay? And please try to go forward with it. If you expect that the storyteller has to go to a certain way and then he or she went to another way, so don't take us back again to your imagination. You have to complete what your colleague did. And I may choose one person, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Yes.
Is it in the past tense? Like, so I was once,
Must.
or I was doing this,
It
and
must. We said that storyteller, he told us about a story that already happened. Okay? So do you have any question before we start? And somebody must put in. It doesn't matter to finish everybody, but according to the way that you will go. So, do you have any question?
it's just
It
totally
could be
whatever.
anything, right?
Could be fantastical, could be.
And we just keep going until you tell
If
us to
it's
stop,
fantasy,
right?
it will be more easier. As you like. There is no conditions here. Or to make it easy, if you want to discuss about an idea of a story together,
Let's see what happens.
Let's just see what happens.
okay, so everyone is ready with an idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Freddie. Freddie was very sad that he lost his cow, Edna. Edna ran away from home to find Freddie's other good friend, Joe the squirrel. Joe the squirrel was up in a tree, singing down, "Edna, come up, come up." But Edna, being the cow, could not climb with her hooves. Could not climb with her hooves. So, Edna went to the store, bought suction cups, and started to climb up a tree to get to Joe. There she was, utters. So, she's out on this branch. She's out on this branch. And she was on this branch, and the branch starts to crack a little bit. Crack. Crack. And Edna starts to, "Moo, no! Moo, no!" And so Edna comes tumbling up down from the tree, and Joe just, being a little squirrel, just like follows her down and makes sure that she's up.
And Joe just pops on over to the cow and it's like, "Hey, you alright?" And she was like, "Are you kidding me? I just fell from a tree! I'm a cow!" And she was very, very angry with Joe for tempting her to go into the tree in the first place. And so she got up and shook her little tail and marched off into her barn because she said, "Joe, I'm done. Joe, we're over. I can't do this anymore, Joe." And then Joe runs after her and unfurls his tail and says, "No, Edna, I love you more than anything. And I want you to be my cow forever." And then, can I pop out and ask a question? Can I end it whenever, or I can end it whenever I want to?
You will not be ending the story.
I'm never gonna end it.
No, I will choose
You will
somebody
choose. Okay.
and tell him you end the story.
Okay.
But you continue,
Okay.
as long as I didn't say anything, you continue till the morning. And don't let us feel that you cannot find something to say.
Yeah. Where were we?
We were breaking up the
this
joke.
tail and says, "No, Edna, I love you so much, and I want to be with you. We've spent 2 amazing years together on this farm, in these woods, in this nature, and I can't live life without you."
And suddenly, Freddie appears, the little boy who was looking for his lost cow, Edna. Freddie was unsure of what was happening because all he heard was mooing and but was able to get a grip on Edna and pull her out of the barn into the field. Joe, afraid that he was losing Edna forever, followed right after and jumped on Freddie's shoulders. Freddie had no idea what was happening. He never had a squirrel on him before. And he flips upside down and Joe goes flying into a new tree. Edna, seeing the new tree, decides to revive her suction cups and climb up this new tree. And here she is, climbing with her suction cups, branch by branch.
And meanwhile, Freddie runs home to tell his parents that the cow has gone wild and fallen in love with a squirrel. And that the cow is now addicted to climbing trees, and that has acquired suction cups from somewhere, so they'll probably have to pay someone a lot of money. And so he is freaking out, and so they try to calm him down, but there's no consoling poor little Freddie. But back in the tree, Edna is now once again climbing suction cup after suction cup, utters screaming, up the tree to Joe the squirrel, who is calling to her from the top branch as he so she's climbing and climbing, and Joe, as he sits up there twiddling his tree nuts, you know, maybe I don't want a woman who can climb a tree. Maybe I like my women to be my mammals to be stuck on the ground like a woman should be.
Wow.
Edna, overhearing this monologue, said, "What?" And then she started to suction cup down the tree. Joe, realizing that he actually made a humongous mistake in saying all of this, said, "Sweetie, no, come back up the tree." And she just would not have it a little bit. So, there's Edna, finally on the ground, but now her suction cups won't come off her hooves, so she's like, ugh, trying to get past, and Joe just is on her back now. Just flying squirrel, by the way. Just floating, and just landed right on her back, and begging her, pleading her, giving her all of the nuts in the world is what he's promising.
And they have a tender moment. He hands her the nuts.
Now.
To cry because the nuts symbolize these acorns. Let's call them acorns. Symbolize all of the love and all of the passion and all of the events and the struggles and the hardships that these two creatures who are so different have gone through together. And they look into each other's eyes, and it says, "Whirr," and the squirrel goes, and they tenderly embrace.
Okay.
And they live all happily ever after.
Tell us about this ever after.
But it's not actually happily ever after. It's Joe the squirrel and Edna the cow. After years and years of a happy marriage, they soon realized that one of them's a cow and the other's a squirrel. And so they realized that they can't really have cow babies or squirrel babies, and so they separate and go on to their own lives.
So you end the story. It's not that it yet. Continue.
But then 5 years later, with the rise of modern technology, they realized that they can make a designer squirrel cow baby. So that conflict over, they get together, they go to the scientists ask them a bunch of questions, they can do whatever they want, they can do pick color eyes, they can do, so they make 3 squirrel cow babies. They are actually flying squirrel cow babies. So their cows squirrels. They look like cows, but they're the size of squirrels. And they also have wings, but the wings are kind of wide. And what they do is they can fly up to the tree. Problem was Edna.
Okay.
Edna could not fly the tree with her squirrel cow babies and Joe, her squirrel life partner. She just begs and pleads with Joe and their squirrel cow babies named Cosme and Annie and Thomas to come live on the ground. And so, my good friend Tim, who has grown, I think it's been 7 years since this story started. Freddie is now 7 years old, but Mickey Kim, 14. Decides to build a little squirrel cow baby sanctuary so that they can all hang out together. So that would be Edna and Joe and Thomas and Annie and Cosme, but their lives aren't full. It's not. And Edna's starting to kind of feel like a minority because everyone's so small. So she decides, with Joe of course, that they should adopt a baby elephant because they have a hole in both of their hearts, one large and one small. And that elephant, though very large, has enough heart to fill both of those holes. And so they adopt a baby elephant and name him Yutka. And so Yutka, the male baby elephant, comes into the family. But then, a tragedy strikes the family when Yutka stomps on Cosme and Joe and Edna are just absolutely devastated. And you know, Thomas has an eating disorder. He just binges on the acorns and then he purges on the acorns, and there's a big problem there. And so all of the squirrel cows squalls are some major issues after Yutka kills Cosme.
And then, little do we know, though, that Yutka, feeling terribly, terribly sorry about squishing Cosme, goes to Edna and Joe and says, listen, I can fix this, like, let me just go down into my science lair and, like, I'll put it back together, it's fine. So, we don't know, but her real plan is, Yutka, the girl elephant, her real plan the whole time was world domination. And elephant was planning on doing this by genetically mutating species of animals to kind of create like almost like a zombie apocalypse type of deal. So she goes down to her science lair, and we're thinking that putting Cosme back together and like doing the family a favor and picking up the pieces, and really she's messing.
End of the story.
She is successful in her world domination. She clones Cosme's Squab. Cosme's a Squab. And slowly starts to send them in hordes all over the world. And Yutka then becomes president. And finally achieved her goal of getting world domination through the Squab.
Okay. So, what do you think about the differences between when you tell a single story and this group?
There's a sense of play in this, definitely a lot more. There's a kind of group dynamic of play.
And about energy?
Yeah.
So, because it's a sense of play, so you feel like the focus is not only on you.
Yeah.
So you are part of the group, so you know. But this is, do you think that this is happening because it's a fantasy story?
And I think the fantasy helped. And we also, knowing each other very well, used a lot of things that were related. Like our characters in the show last night are Joe and Edna, and
he decides to make me a cow,
I'm
which
sorry.
made me resent him immediately.
All of their children.
The whole animal.
What are you talking about? You got this section cup everywhere.
But we did stuff like that, and that was really fun to kind of play our
And
own
Cosby and
games.
Annie and
We named our children after our professors.
those are all professors.
Those are all professors that we
And
have.
by doing that, though, we're adding like an unspoken context that we all understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which helps the relationships in this story.
Yeah, and I guess that would be like in a play when you don't, the audience obviously doesn't have all the backstory, but people on stage do have these unspoken relationships that they've already established, and I think that's something that we found in this too.
Okay, what else?
It was really fun and really hard at some points. And since that anything could happen in this fantasy, it almost made it a little harder. So that, because you could go anywhere, like world domination with squattles, you can go literally anywhere. So you kind of really have to have a clear idea of where you want to go when you get pointed to. Otherwise, you can end up killing Cosby or whatever. And like, so I don't know if it was more grounded in realism. Right, if it was more real, then we might have been able to explore something a little more specific. I don't know.
Okay, what do you think about imagination here in this kind of stories?
It definitely challenges it because you don't want to throw it completely through a loop, totally and be like, and then the world exploded.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to do something like that. You want to stay true to some line, but you do have that freedom. So it's like pulling out of thin air. So it's very difficult, but it's fun.
Okay. Now we'll make another one, but not fantasy one. Very serious one. Okay? Just to see the difference. Okay? And please try to be alive. Think. Okay? Do you want a chance to think about an idea or?
It has to be realistic, but it also has to be serious.
I will fair. Okay. It doesn't want it to be a tragic one, but something. If it's comedy, no problem. You can't judge it from the beginning because you may go on a certain line and your colleague take it to another line. So the most important thing to be a realistic one. Okay? Is there anyone who wants to start? Okay, think for a minute. And if somebody ready, he can go.